Mario Kart Double Dash is the third installment in Nintendo's Mario Kart series, which takes a bunch of the big characters from the Mario universe and puts them in a kart racer. The original Super Mario Kart for the SNES was the very first game to do this. It really set the bar for the whole sort of genre. There were a lot of other imitators that followed, but none of them were ever really able to appreciably improve upon the formula that was laid down in Super Mario Kart, including Mario Kart 64 for the N64. Now Mario Kart Double Dash, coming out for the GameCube, again, it's very much the same game as Super Mario Kart and Mario Kart 64. Whether or not this is a good thing for you depends on where you stand concerning the past two games. So Mario Kart Double Dash, now that it's on the GameCube, has received a bit of a bump in terms of the presentation. The visuals are a lot better, obviously, than they were on the N64. It's a really good looking game. The characters are all rendered really well. They have a lot of little subtlety to their animations that really imbue them with a lot more personality than you might expect from someone that you're just seeing from the back for most of the time. The karts themselves are also all uniquely designed, adding a little bit more character to the whole proceedings. The track designs are all kind of a little bit predictable. They're very reminiscent of past Mario Kart track designs. All of them kind of serve as one-off homages to levels or elements from past Mario games. But it works. It's definitely a very nice looking game, and there's a lot of little details that really bring the visual presentation together. As in past games, there's a bunch of different characters from the Mario universe. You know, Mario, Luigi, Princess Peach, Koopa Troopers, Donkey Kong, Wario, Waluigi, Bowser. There's a whole bunch of them. What really makes Mario Kart Double Dash significantly different from past Mario Kart games is the fact that there are now two characters on every kart. One of them sort of manning the steering wheel, the other one serving as a gunner, taking care of the power-ups and what have you. Effectively, all this really does for the gameplay is give you two slots for power-ups to hold, as you can just press the Z button on the controller and switch between the characters at any given point. What it also does is it adds a little bit more strategy to who you're picking, because each character has their own power-up, their own sort of special move that they can pull off. All of these fit with the characters, and they also sort of differentiate them more than just the way they look. There's also different stats for all the different karts, so that will also affect how you're performing. There's different weight classes for the different characters, and so who you pick there will determine which karts you can choose. So there really is a bit of strategy to choosing the right characters and the right karts for you depending on your play style. Power sliding has always been a pretty major thing in all the Mario Kart games. Previously there was like a little hop that you'd do first before you'd go into a power slide. Mario Kart Double Dash does away with that entirely. Basically, when you're in a turn, you can hold down one of the triggers and you'll just start sliding. The thing is that while you're sliding, if you jiggle back and forth the analog stick, the sparks that are coming off of your wheels will turn from yellow to red to blue. Once they go blue, you can let go of the trigger and you'll get a little boost. The tracks are designed to really take advantage and to encourage you to power slide, so you'll be doing a whole lot of it, so it's really important to sort of master that technique. The single-player game in Double Dash is basically limited to straight racing. There are the Grand Prix Cup modes, and then there are the time trial modes. Time trial modes, basically you're racing against the clock. In the Grand Prix Cup modes, you'll go through a series of 4 races against 7 AI opponents trying to place in first. There are initially 3 different cups to compete in, and as you complete them and get gold cups in these different races, then you can start unlocking other things, other cups. There's also other characters to unlock, other karts, additional maps for some of the other modes as well. If you're just playing Mario Kart Double Dash for the single player mode, you're probably going to get tired of it real quick. There's a total of 16 different tracks, and they're all pretty good, but the single player game is not really where Double Dash excels. It's all about the multiplayer. Now on a single GameCube, up to 4 people can participate in any of the regular races, and then there are also battle modes, which are kind of deathmatch style competitions that you can all sort of battle against each other in. To expand upon the multiplayer capabilities of Double Dash, Nintendo has introduced LAN capabilities. Basically what you can do is you can hook up multiple GameCubes over a LAN and play Mario Kart that way, which is great if you're totally adverse to split screen, but the mode is implemented kind of half-baked. It's not really that well done. It's great because it's really easy to set up. It takes no technical know-how. You plug it in, it automatically detects any other GameCubes on the network, and you go. But it doesn't have things like internet support. You can't actually pick which characters you play as or which kart you're using in the LAN mode. which it just seems sort of like a bad idea. It doesn't really make sense why they didn't allow you to make these choices on your own. All told, because the broadband adapters are really so rare, and having all these GameCubes and all these TVs all sort of in the same place at once is kind of a rare thing itself, the LAN play really doesn't bring a whole lot to the table. The thing about Mario Kart Double Dash is that it is very much the same kind of game as Super Mario Kart and Mario Kart 64 were before it. The basic modes of play are all basically the same. The gameplay is basically the same. It's good. It's a good game. It's a well-crafted game. The visuals are nice. The sound is good. The gameplay is responsive. But it just doesn't take any chances. It's like they had a checklist of things that you need to make a Mario Kart game, and they went down the list, and then there you have it. Some of the new stuff is a little bit interesting. It's not groundbreaking in any respect. If you like past Mario Kart games, it's enough like those that you'll probably enjoy it, but if you're not already entrenched in the series, the thing is that there are already other racing games out there that are a little bit more exciting and inventive than Mario Kart Double Dash.